obviously, if you go out in the world today, you're noticing that a lot of people are getting tattoos. Some people view it as a way to express themselves. Some people view it as a way to honor mom and dad and so forth. But that begs the question, is it wrong to get a tattoo?
Can we talk about the guy who got the For the Gospel logo tattooed on his arm and sent it to him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. This is so awesome. Let me answer this question in two ways, and let's be thoughtful. Yes, it can be a sin to get a tattoo, and that's really what people are asking. Is it a sin, or like, should we? All right. So yes, it can be a sin to get a tattoo, and then no, it cannot be a sin to get a tattoo. Let me break down each of those. It can be a sin if you are, number one, underage, under the authority of your parents, and they say no tattoo for you. And you say, I'm going to get one anyway, and I got my summer job, so I'm getting whatever. You have broken Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. If you're under their home, under their roof, you are dependent on them, you're not an adult, you need to obey your parents. Two, if you are depicting imagery that is anti-God, that is vulgar, filthy, sexually immoral, anything in Scripture that doesn't bring glory and honor to God, it doesn't bring him majesty to display some filthy thing, then yeah, it's a sin to get that tattoo. Now, let me be sensitive to people. I know some friends that were in prison and were in different situations, or were in the world. There's a wide spectrum who have tattoos they're not proud of. And they walk around every day wishing they could afford to get the tattoo removed, but they can't. I am not talking to them right now. They've repented, and they're really sorry that they actually try to cover it up. I know one dear brother, he's always embarrassed about a certain thing, and I'd love to one day just help him get it removed. And he would want that. And, you know, I'm not talking to these people. I'm talking to those who get stuff put on their body and they're just provocative. That's a sin. Yeah. The passage that people typically pull out when they're a little bit legalistic about tattoos, and they say no tattoos, they'll pull this passage out from Leviticus and say, God said no marking your body. Slow down. Let's understand why God did that. God also said you can't wear certain colors and certain material, and I'm pretty sure I'm breaking a lot of the Old Testament law even right now, and you are too. Here's the deal. God wanted his people to look different and act different. What were tattoos or body markings then? Acts of pagan worship associated with pagan rituals. Therefore, don't do that because you look like pagans, not my people, is what God's saying. Well, what do quote unquote pagans do now? They would depict imagery on their bodies that's filthy. Or they would flaunt their tattoos in a way that is sexually immoral or provocative. Okay, don't do that as a Christian, or you're in sin. But there's also an aspect of this where it cannot be sin to get a tattoo. People get crosses, Christian symbolism. Our brother who got the For the Gospel logo tattooed on his forearm.
He did. That's amazing.
Come on, man. And he wants to have gospel conversations. There are many Christians who get Bible verses and Christian concepts, Christian imagery tattooed on their body. People get all sorts of things that are Christian symbols. How is that sin? They're not depicting paganism. It's not filthy. It actually triggers gospel conversations for people. And so you've got Christian liberty there. What you want to do is use wisdom, and people should be asking questions before, because it takes wisdom and maturity to exercise our liberty. But there's many cases where it cannot be a sin too.